Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. Please subscribe and keep watching more details. McLaughlin slams Bachelor in Paradise his castmates for being fake. Bachelor in Paradise alum McLaughlin has criticized the cast for being fake and having a holier-than-thou mentality about the new $500,000 prize. It was strange, the reaction. When it was announced there was $500,000, I was psyched. I was like, this is really cool, shared on the Bachelor Happy Hour podcast. He continued, I thought this was an awesome and fun opportunity, but people's reaction to the money was shocking to me. There were people complaining about it too, and I was like, guys, I've done Paradise before. We're doing the same thing we'd normally be doing. It's just now there is money involved. Said most of the cast members viewed the twist as having to choose between love or money, although that's not the way host Jesse Palmer had explained it. You can have both. The reaction was crazy, and I really do think a lot of people, to the detriment of the show, come on, and they're so worried about how they're going to look, claimed. They're so scared about what Bachelor Nation is going to think, like, oh, if I'm interested in the money, they're going to be mad at me. Complained that the bachelors and bachelorettes were too concerned about their image. I just think people cared too much about what other people think, and you should just go and have fun. The money was an awesome twist, and I think it was an interesting element to the show, said. Then accused some of the cast of being disingenuous and fake on camera. When we have off days behind cameras, when you're actually not filming, people were most interested in the money. And then when they got on camera, they'd switch up, alleged. I think you saw in the episode, Jonathan Johnson and Lee Kanan saying, oh, we should tell people we're not a strong couple because we can stay on longer. There was a lot of that going on. No one was just open to talk about it. It was just a behind closed doors type of situation. Reiterated how people were into the concept of the game when they had dead days of filming. I was like, guys, have you seen Survivor? Watch a game show. It can be fun and entertaining. I just felt like people were scared to commit to the competition, explained. The podcast's co-host Serena Pitt admitted if she and husband Joe Almabo were on Bachelor in Paradise together this season, she probably would have viewed it as a red flag if Joe said he didn't care at all about the money. You better be rich if you're going to look at my face and say you don't care about $500,000, Serena quipped. It feels like some people have this holier-than-thou mentality of, no, I'm here for love because my heart is pure, and then some people are looking at you like, how dare you care about the money? Agreed with Serena and said it was nuts, adding, it was $500,000. It's not, like, $50,000 where after taxes or whatever, it's 25 maybe. It's $500,000. Do people make that outside of the show? I can guarantee you, no. Noted how it would be a really, really good year's worth of work for anybody. And I can win it on a competition show when I had no idea money was in it. The holier-than-thou approach is the best way to describe it, Serena, because that's what it felt like, explained. Claimed he was never mean to anyone, but having zero strategy on Bachelor in Paradise this season just didn't make any sense to him. I think a lot of people were just trying to buy their time until they got voted off, said. And I'm not going to just sit around and wait for someone to chop my head off. I'm going to try to protect myself. On Bachelor in Paradise's August 18 episode, the cast had to vote for 2 couples to be sent home. Because tried to build alliances and strategize, most of the cast deemed him sneaky and untrustworthy. And so when there was only one rose left to hand out at the rose ceremony, Alicia Gupta, apparently predicting her elimination, interrupted host Jesse Palmer's speech to announce that she and were going to leave on their own accord, and with their integrity still to everyone at the rose ceremony. We are leaving here with something so much more valuable than money could ever buy, and we'll continue on in our relationship in Tampa and get a big fat bucket of popcorn to watch all this back. At that point, however, there were still two couples, Lee and Jonathan, as well as Kathy Swartz and Keith Gordon, who weren't romantically involved with each other, and so Keith criticized Scene and Alicia for being too impulsive or reactive. But Scene explained on Bachelor Happy Hour how he and Alicia didn't want to give their so-called friends the satisfaction of voting them out. Alicia said in her final words that the people who she thought were her friends had clearly voted for her and were all snakes in the grass. Alicia therefore quipped, "I think it's time to mow the lawn," and then Scene added, "I think you guys just voted off the strongest couple here." Alicia and Scene proceeded to walk out of paradise hand in hand, and Scene shouted on his way out, "Dale Moss, I love you, but Catherine Cat Izzo, don't call me crying after this one ends." The women laughed, and Dale called Scene's behavior wild. Cat also made fun of Alicia for being a bad picker of men. "She's probably embarrassed. I feel bad for her," Cat told the cameras. But Alicia seemed proud of her decision-making and said she had no respect for any of the people in paradise. Cat is an absolute joke of a human being. Scene came in here defending you every single day, and it was you that painted a narrative that wasn't true, Alicia claimed. "I am disgusted by you, and I can't wait for karma to come full circle." Scene also insisted he would have died for Cat before she betrayed him. Dale is going to leave Cat the moment this shit ends. Everyone knows that, Scene told the cameras. Cat is a little bit delusional at this point, but if you cross me, I hold a grudge, so watch out. The final rose of the night went to Lee, who offered it to Jonathan. The vote resulted in Brian Otts and Parissa Shifty getting eliminated from paradise. The tropical sunsets, glittering cocktails, and carefully edited slow-motion beach walks might make Bachelor in Paradise look like a carefree romantic playground, but McLaughlin isn't buying the dream. In a recent outburst that has left fans buzzing and fellow contestants scrambling to defend themselves, Scene has broken the fourth wall and taken direct aim at his castmates, accusing them of being fake in ways that go far beyond simple editing tricks. Scene's criticism isn't just a throwaway comment either. He's painting a picture of a show where masks are worn more often than bikinis, where alliances matter more than honesty, and where falling in love often looks suspiciously like building a brand. And if his words are any indication, paradise may not be so blissful after all. The spark that lit the fire. According to insiders close to production, Scene's frustrations began simmering midway through the season. While Paradise is notorious for love triangles and dramatic exits, Scene claims he noticed something different this year, a carefully orchestrated performance from several contestants who seemed more interested in camera time than connection. "I signed up thinking this was about love and giving things a real shot," Scene said in a candid interview after leaving the beach. "But what I saw was people practicing lines in the mirror, whispering about what storyline they wanted, and acting like best friends on camera while tearing each other apart as soon as the cameras turned. It wasn't just one or two people either." Scene hinted that at least half of the cast was running a business plan instead of running after someone they cared about. The word fake hits hard. Reality TV thrives on drama, but the word fake carries a special kind of weight. In Bachelor Nation, where authenticity and being here for the right reasons are practically sacred phrases, Scene's accusation strikes at the core of what fans want to believe. His Instagram story, which has since gone viral, didn't hold back. Over a muted video clip of the beach bonfire, Scene wrote in bold text, "What you're watching is not real. Don't let the pretty edits fool you. Some of these people are fake, and they'd sell their souls for a FabFitFun sponsorship." That last line, a sharp jab at influencer culture, sparked thousands of comments from fans who have long suspected that contestants sometimes use the show as a launchpad for social media fame rather than romance. Scene hasn't named names, at least not yet, but fans are already playing detective. Reddit threads have exploded with theories, pointing fingers at contestants who seem to shift alliances quickly or who suspiciously launched brand collaborations the moment episodes began airing. Some fans speculate that Scene's biggest issue was with contestants who arrived in paradise already paired up, secretly dating off-screen while pretending to be single for dramatic effect. Others think he's calling out the sudden best friend moments between rivals that felt more staged than sincere. One user summed up the fan sentiment perfectly. Scene just confirmed what we've all known for years. This show isn't about love anymore. It's about who can cry the prettiest on cue. The psychology of paradise. Scene's comments also peel back the curtain on the psychological toll of reality TV. Contestants are placed in high-stress, high-drama environments with limited privacy, endless filming, and producers nudging them into certain conversations. But Scene insists that some of his castmates leaned into the manipulation far too willingly. "Look, producers have a job to do," he explained. "They'll encourage you to talk about your feelings, push you toward someone, or ask questions that make you emotional. That's normal. But what bothered me was watching people exaggerate, lie, or put on this whole show just because they thought it would get them more airtime. That's not production, that's personal choice." He described scenes where two contestants would argue fiercely in front of the cameras, only to laugh and hug it out as soon as filming stopped. "It was like watching bad theater," Scene said, "and the audience deserves better than that." Backlash from the beach. Unsurprisingly, Scene's bold words haven't gone over well with everyone. Several unnamed castmates have already clapped back, with one telling a tabloid Scene just couldn't handle the heat. "This is a show, and yes, it's entertainment, but that doesn't mean our connections aren't real." He's bitter because things didn't go his way. Others are reportedly furious behind the scenes, accusing Scene of breaking the unwritten rule of Bachelor Nation. Don't expose the machinery that makes the drama tick. After all, most contestants leave paradise hoping to keep doors open for future opportunities, whether it's The Bachelor, The Bachelorette, or simply an invite to another reunion. Scene, however, seems to have burned that bridge. Fans divided. For viewers, Scene's honesty has been both refreshing and destabilizing. Some applaud him for saying out loud what many have suspected for years, that Bachelor in Paradise is as much about marketing oneself as it is about romance. "He's the only one brave enough to tell the truth," one fan wrote. "I'm tired of being sold fake love stories when these people are just here to chase clout." Others, however, see Scene's comments as hypocritical. "He knew what show he signed up for," another fan argued. "Nobody goes to paradise thinking it's 100% pure. He's just mad because he didn't come out looking like a fan favorite." The larger question, can love survive reality TV? Scene's takedown raises a larger question that Bachelor Nation has wrestled with for years. Can genuine love actually survive in a format that thrives on chaos, staged dates, and constant competition? For every couple that walks away engaged, there are dozens who flame out within weeks. And for every real romance, there are countless Instagram partnerships, sponsored skincare posts, and podcast deals waiting in the wings. Scene believes the balance has shifted too far. "I'm not saying no one found love there," he clarified. "But when the majority of people are thinking about their follower count first and their partner second, something's broken, and it's not paradise anymore." The aftermath. Whether fans see Scene as a truth teller or a sore loser, one thing is certain: his comments have stirred the pot in a way producers probably didn't anticipate. Instead of obsessing over who kissed whom under the cabana lights, fans are now debating the authenticity of the entire show. Producers have stayed quiet so far, but insiders say they're not thrilled. After all, reality TV thrives on the illusion of authenticity, even if everyone knows deep down that editing plays a role. Scene pulling back the curtain too far risks unraveling the fantasy altogether. But maybe that's exactly what Bachelor Nation needs. A final word from Scene. In his latest post, Scene softened his tone slightly, but the message remained clear. I don't regret what I said. People deserve to know the truth. I went to paradise with an open heart, but I left with open eyes. If that makes me the villain, so be it.